The New Orleans Saints completely dominated the Carolina Panthers in their season opener, and I believe we've all overlooked the Saints as a serious NFC South contender.
I think we're at our best when we kind of using each other, feeding off each other, so that was a great start.
How's it going today? My name is Jesse McNamara, and welcome to Point of View. Before we get into it today, I just want to say we always appreciate your feedback. I look forward to reading your comments like the one we've got here. Cool? I guess? Hey, whatever makes you happy, I'm happy for you. Also, be sure to stay tuned to the end of this episode to see if you can guess today's trivia question down below. To today's topic, were we all totally wrong about this year's Saints team? I had basically written them off from any serious noise, and I know a lot of others thought they could be the worst team in the league. They made it clear that that title will stay with the Panthers for a while longer. Instead, New Orleans totally flipped the script on all of us that had forgotten about them and put on a show for the ages. 47 points is the most they've scored in a season opener since 2009, and we all know what happened at the end of that season. Okay, that's getting ahead of ourselves, I know, but we can't gloss over just how good they looked even if it was the lowly Panthers. They're still a division rival with a former number 1 overall pick under center. Nothing is guaranteed on either side. But in offensive coordinator Clint Kubiak's first game with the team, that unit showed they won't be going down easy. They carried over a lot of the looks you saw in the preseason with pre-snap motion and play action, and scored on their first 9 possessions of the game. The running game led by Alvin Kamara and Jamal Williams averaged 4.8 yards per carry and totaled 180 yards and 2 scores, while Derek Carr completed nearly 83% of his pass attempts for 200 yards and 3 scores of his own. I don't care who you're playing, that's an elite performance at any level. And Carr was as excited as a guy could be after week 1 of an 18-week season. Here's just one of his many extensive answers in his post-game interview when asked about if the debut of the new offense could have gone any better.
I mean, yeah, you score 47 points or whatever it was, and that's hard to do at any time, especially in this league, and especially against that defense. They're unbelievable, and so hopefully, the fans and everybody got to see, what it can be, what it could potentially be.
Hey, if that's what it could potentially look like all season, sign me up. Saints wideouts only caught 6 passes all day, and they were still able to do what they did by playing sound all the way around. But that defense, man, was it on point. They sacked Bryce Young 4 times, with 3 of those sacks by the nickel corner, and limited the second-year starter Young to just a 43% completion rate and 2 interceptions. And the run game was just as stellar, allowing just 58 rushing yards on 15 carries. It was a near-perfect game on that side of the ball, and it had star Marshawn Lattimore feeling real confident after the game. Here's what he had to say when asked about the defensive performance.
We dogs, straight dogs out there, you know what I'm saying? Just everybody across the board, from the D-line, the linebackers, the DBs, everybody did what they're supposed to do today. When it look like that, it's a win. We got turnovers, sacks, got everything we wanted, everything we needed, so that was always good.
Straight dogs is exactly what they were. Now, if I wanted to nitpick a bit, I'd say they could have had a couple more sacks had they not let Young evade the pocket a few times, including a rushing touchdown. But whatever, it was a resounding win and a great start to the season for Who Dat Nation. But a much better measuring stick is on the way this Sunday. The Dallas Cowboys are coming to town after embarrassing the Cleveland Browns in their season opener, and the Saints are already facing their fair share of adversity heading in. Lattimore, Willie Gay, Lucas Patrick, and Foster Moreau all left the Panthers game with injuries, and while none seem serious, the status for each could come down to game-time decisions. Losing one or all those players for this week could be the difference between keeping the momentum and falling back into the narrative everyone expected of them, whether that's fair or not. But I gotta say, from just what we saw in one game, I think a lot of us were wrong, and the Saints could be right up there in contention for the division with the Falcons and Bucks at the end of the season. And that's especially true if Kirk Cousins isn't the solution Atlanta thought he would be. For how that move may have been overrated, and Baker Mayfield is actually still the best QB in the NFC South, check out this past episode of Point of View. And the moment you've been waiting for, here's the answer to today's trivia question. We appreciate you tuning in this episode of Point of View, and we will see you in the next one.